Alright, so I'm going to break down the construction, the ingredients to my super duper awesome Kickass Mega Shake. So here's what we got. One ingredient, hemp hearts. Next is chocolate protein powder, which is from Rainbow Light, organic spirulina energizing herbs. This is sick. This got a ton of stuff in it. It's also vegan, as well as organic, as well as gluten, and milk, yeast. Oh, well, I guess that's vegan. Anyway, there you go. It's got a ton of good stuff in it, and it's low hypoglycemic index, so diabetes people can take this. They're not sugared out. It's sweetened with stevia, and it's super good. Doesn't taste chalky. Doesn't, I mean, it's actually good. I look forward to having this. So we got hemp hearts, protein energizer shake. We're gonna have raisins. We've got black sesame seeds. Black sesame seeds. We've got cinnamon. Cinnamon powder. We've got flax seeds. Organic, of course. We got goji berries, which in Asia are called fructus linguis QZ, which is you can get them way cheaper than buying goji berries. That's awesome. And then we've got cayenne pepper. This is a ingredient that you can choose to have or not have. Also, we've got MCT oil. We do a squirt or two of MCT oil, as well as anything else here. No, so now we go to the refrigerator. So also what we use is kale. I've never tried this Kellett's before, but anyway, kale is one of the ingredients I use, as well as spinach, baby spinach. You can use whatever greens you want. I've used broccoli, I've used all kinds of different greens, chard. Here's mint leaf, which is awesome as well, really adds awesome flavor. Let's see, what else? Dates, I usually put one date in. And then I use soy milk. This one has no sugar added, so it's actually pretty decent. It's non-GMO soy, and I use water as well. So that's not it. We still have more. Next, we add carrots, and that may be getting close to it. And lastly, when I have them on hand, I use avocado. Avocado is usually insanely expensive here, so I sometimes don't use it. Also, this one looks a little funky, so we'll see how it goes. So that's kind of the ingredients thus far. Also, what I use to blend is my nutri-bullet 900, which I think this is a Chinese copy version, because if I'm not mistaken, the 900 isn't actually this color. But I got a great deal on this, and so I use that, and I use it with the biggest canister. The nutri-bullet is badass, though, I do have to say. Is the Vitamix better? Yes, I love my Vitamix, but in Asia they cost like 1,200 bucks for a Vitamix, and I won't be dropping 1,200 bucks for it. But the nutri-bullet is just as good, so I use the biggest one to do my blending and put it all in. So I'll check back in a sec. Alright, so we're cutting up the carrots here. What I do, this is a big ass carrot, so what I would do is put maybe about a little more than half. I don't want it to be a complete carrot shake. Don't forget, we gotta get it all the way, all the ingredients. I tend to go a little crazy as well, so I already washed this. So you didn't see me do that, so I just chop it up. Not that it needs to, because it's going in the blender, but I actually chop it up to save space so I can put more crap in, because I'm going to town with this. Next, we do some, let's see, this avocado. I'm pretty sure it's totally capped, which is $1,000 of avocado down the drain. Not really, but oh yeah. So not really happening. I could probably dissect a little piece out of it, but forget it. Next, we do 1 date. I just pit the date myself and take out the seed, throw the 1 date in. Now these are new things. They're called kalettes. Kale plus Brussels sprouts equal kalettes. So I guess there's some hybrid. But normally what I do is I just buy a big stalk of, you know, the kale leaves or whatever. And then put like a leaf or 2 in it. With this, I'll say maybe I'll go this much. See how that goes. I'm leaving you a couple servings. Let's wash this. Make sure you wash everything good. Cut the end off. It looks a little brown over here. These are pretty cool. They're little mini things, actually. I've never seen these before. I don't know if you're able to see this. Kind of interesting. A kale feel to them. And a Brussels sprouting sort of feel to them. So who knows? No doubt they're steeped in vitamins, vitamin K and such. Alright, so then, let's see, this carrot away, and get my knife back. So there we go, I'm going to cut off the nip of the edge here, and then just do this. Interesting texture. Cut. Maybe I'll speed this up, or maybe not. These are kind of interesting. Let's try a little bit and see what it tastes like. Very chewy, very leafy, but I'm a big fan of kale, actually. So there we go. Oh yeah, this is good, actually. So I would actually do a little more than that. So it looks like I'm taking the cleaners on these pellets, because it doesn't look like it'd be more than 3 servings, but hey, it's my health. And they taste pretty damn good, actually. So here's another thing what everybody thinks. At the end you'll see it's super green, but you really can't taste it. It doesn't have some funky, you know, it's not like a chore to drink it and you're drinking it just you want to be healthy. I actually really enjoy these. I think they taste very good. And you can feel the nutrients. What you put in your body, that's natural medicine there. So next we got some of our Malaysian mint. So let's put some in. I used to go somewhat gingerly on the mint, but it's so damn cheap here that I mint it out. It gets super minty. But with all the stuff that gets thrown in it, it's not overbearing mint. Everything's just good. Nothing's really overbearing in this. I'll show you even my addition of cayenne. It actually, I use a ton of it and it's freaking good. I'll tell you how I use it and why I use it when I get to it. But here, let's just wash these mints off. Not necessarily sure on the cleanliness. And I leave the stems and everything on. So this shake actually takes a while for me to make. It takes usually about, the fastest I've timed myself doing it was about 27 minutes. So let's see how I can do. But I love it. And you can really taste all of the nutrients and it's really, really good. Okay, next we'll do MCT. Let's do MCT. So the MCT, I do 1, 2 squirts, maybe a little more. Not too much. I heard you use too much MCT, you may actually get the squirts, which not very fun. So let me put this away. Oh, put it away later. So let me grab also, there's several other ingredients that I forgot to tell you about, which are oh yeah, wow, I forgot one of the major ingredients. So almonds, green vibrance powder as well, greens, and a banana. So I use about half a banana normally. And this is baby. This is a good one. And then I pre-freeze them because they're already pre-cut. I think these were bigger bananas. These are actually half bananas. They were just big bananas. So here we go. I cut it up while it's frozen as well. Again, it's going in the blender, so you don't really have to, but it saves room so I can put more stuff in it, which I love more stuff. There we go. So here's how it's shaping up thus far. We got the carrots, we got the date, we got the kale-lets, we got the layer of mint, and we got the banana so far. Next, let me put this back in the freezer. Okay, next, what we'll do is add, I don't put the chia seeds till very last. I keep them frozen as well. I don't know if that helps, hinders, or does whatever, but that's what I do. So the almonds I'll put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I'll put about 12 to 13. I keep them frozen as well. Raw almonds. Raw. And then, let's see, here's my powder. So it's green, I don't know if you can see that, green vibrance powder. 25 billion probiotics in it by Vibrant Health. I get it on iHerb. Super good, super, so if you're out of the US, the shipping is super cheap. The shipping is super cheap. The shipping is super cheap. And this is just loaded with stuff, like insane amounts. Look at this. This is where it starts and just goes and goes. It's sick. This is awesome, and it's insanely healthy. It's called Green Vibrance. Go look it up. It's, from my research, the best I've found. So here we go. So because we're using the bigger nutri-bullet cup, I think this is the 32 ounces, or if there's a bigger one, that might be it. So I put 1 full scoop, and then I put a little bit more, maybe a 1/4 scoop, just because I feel like getting nuts. Make sure I'm just loaded up with this stuff. So this greens are killer. That there. Next, oh, spinach. Got the spinach as well. So here we go. Let's put some spinach in. Unfortunately, there's no Costco here because that would be awesome. Instead of this little thing costing me $6.95, a massive bag of it would be $2.95 at Costco. So you don't know what you got till it's gone, baby. Like I said, the avocados are ridiculous. I've seen them for as much as like $7, $8 for 1 avocado. So there we go. Some more spinach. So as you see, it's starting to load up. Also, do you know, I'm not a Mr. Health guy. I actually eat crappy. I try to eat somewhat healthy, but in Asia it's a little harder. And I do eat meat. I'm trying to limit it as much as possible, just because I'm not really sure on the quality and treatment of the animals here. I'm sure it's way worse than the US. Yeah, it kind of looks all right wet, but I can feel it's just gushy and out, sucked. Damn it. What we're doing is we've got flax. Let's do flax, sesame. Let's see. Okay, so you notice that the container is actually starting to get filled up. So a lot of this stuff I just eyeball, and I put probably a tablespoon worth of cinnamon in it. Just eyeball it. I don't actually know. You can do to your own liking. You can choose to omit. None of these were systematically put in here because I read a bunch of stuff. I just like throwing a bunch of crap in, to be honest with you. But it's all good crap. Here we got the goji berries again, which are called Fructus lychii, Lycii, or in parentheses, QIZZ. ZI. So I noticed when you buy this, it's way cheaper than goji berries. So there you go. Same thing. Or at least it looks the same. Who knows? Ugh. I actually found some glass in the last bag. It looked like a crushed mirror, like one shard of mirror. So probably not a good thing. So I put, as you saw, maybe this much goji berries in. Just go to your own liking. There's no actual exact system, but I kind of got my own thing done. Again, here is black sesame seeds. So there we go. Maybe I'll try and guesstimate how much. Maybe a little over a teaspoon. So yeah, and the cinnamon again was a tablespoon, I would say, at least. Or yeah, tablespoon, just a tablespoon. Next, what else we got here? We got cayenne, we got the hemp hearts. So let's do some hemp hearts. I'm getting low on these bad boys. Once again, all of this raw shielded or raw shelled hemp hearts. These are from iHerb, again, IHERB.com, and it has great deals on shipping and good prices for this for the products you want. So this is a little, maybe a tablespoon, maybe a little more. This one because it's out. Whoops, that's 2 tablespoon and a half. You don't. I wouldn't necessarily suggest going that much, but do your own liking. Knock yourself out. Now the cool thing about putting raisins in is they don't all break down to get the crap blended out of them so you can't taste them. They actually stay a little chunky. For some reason they don't blend, which is good. And so you get a little treat, a little chewy treat. And let's see, kind of just, I don't know how much that would have been. Another little, to your own liking, I don't know, but don't go crazy with the raisins. But I'll show you why this is looking like pretty steeped. I actually make 2 out of this, and I'll show you. Okay, so let's see, we got the cheese. So what I'll do right now, before I put the powders in, I'll put the water in. So what I do is put about, now I know this is Dasani water, but that's what we're working with here. So I put it up, we're going up more than half, so pretty close. But bear in mind, there's a ton of crap there, so you're not putting that much water in. This, in reality, this is how much water I actually put in. Just not much at all. So let's go a little higher, right below the line of where everything is at right now. So it's actually right here. This is the leftover. And I'll show you the method of this madness. Okay, next, chia seeds. I actually feel like I'm forgetting something. Let's see. Okay, chia seeds, that's probably 1 tablespoon. 1.5 tablespoons, probably. Maybe a little more. I mean, there's no exact measuring thing. I just always picture the seeds, the flax, the chia that goes in there, soaking up all kinds of oils and crap in my stomach or bad stuff. Who knows? I may be wrong, but that's what I like to make myself think. Let's see, what else? Next, did I put the flax in? I did, yeah. Okay, so we put the water in. Actually, you know what? Let's do this first. So here's the cayenne pepper. Get the organic cayenne pepper. This by no means is mandatory, but I like it, and I'll explain why in a second. So I put a lot in. I'll show you that. Like probably at the minimum a teaspoon, maybe like a teaspoon and a half I usually put in, possibly more. Actually, that looks like a tablespoon, but I wouldn't recommend doing that without trying it first. So I would start off with just maybe a half a teaspoon. And the reason I do this, so let's see. So you can see it's a decent, oops, I just covered it, sorry. But it's a decent amount. The reason why I do this is because you get all the yummy taste of all this stuff, all the nutrients, everything. And then when you have the cayenne, it has a second level of, it burns a little bit, like, but it's, if I could describe it as, you get all the yummy shake, nutrients, yummy feel, and then there's this burn that doesn't conflict with the taste. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's totally cool. It doesn't interfere at all. And then, so I'm picturing it's going in, it's thinning the blood and, you know, killing bad stuff and, you know, raising my thermodynamic temperature or whatever. I feel like it has a different thing. Go ahead and look up cayenne benefits and you'll see it's pretty cool. So, and I like it. It's kind of like a dual shake. It's weird. Everybody really gets turned off by the concept, and I turned a bunch of people on doing it. They're like, I love it now, I love it. So I'm going to pause now. Oh, so soya milk or Nutri-Soy milk I put in now. And I'll fill it all the way up. Oh shoot, I forgot the ice. So anyway, I'll fill it up only to this line. So that's really hardly any. So what I do now is I'm big on making blended with ice. Now, some people may agree, some people might not, but I like it. To me, it's a yummy snack, and it tastes really good. So here's 1 cube, 2 cubes. Don't forget the blade's got to go in from the nutri-bullet as well. So there's a couple, but I'll show you what I did. So let's say this is maybe 4 cubes. I'm mushing it in. Ugh. There we go. Oh, and I forgot the powder. Sorry. Okay, so there we go. Let me pause this. The powder's actually in the other room. All right, so what I did is I grabbed a new bag of powders. So that's the beauty of iHerb. I usually load up on the powders by like 5 bags and, you know, several things of several packages of the smaller things, so I don't have to keep reordering. So what I do is do 1 full heaping scoop. There, that's pretty heaping. And then I use about another quarter, a little bit more, almost a half, but a quarter. But the reason why I do this is you'll see I'm going to make 2 shakes out of this 1 shake. So if you're only going to have 1 shake, this recipe isn't valid. You've got to adjust accordingly. Otherwise, if I were just to do it like this and blend it and eat it, it would be super thick and gloopy. So what I do, and you'll see in a second, is I actually turn this into 2 shakes. So let's see. We'll put more soya in. Move this, make sure it's in frame. It's not. So, okay. Tamp it down. Okay. Sometimes I get a little crazy. Let's see. So there we go. Give it a cool little. Keep all the powder off the thing so the seal's good. And then the ice may be really pushing it. So let's see if I can get her to work. Okay, now I give it a little shimmy on the blades to make it sure it finds the space and doesn't make the thing overflow. There we go. And then I tighten it pretty good, give it some shakes. There we go. You can see all the flax, the hemp, the spinach, the mint, the goji, the cayenne pepper. So you may be thinking this is funky, but now I'll go to the blender. All right, so here's the blending process. Here's all the goodness in there with the goji berries and the chia seeds that are starting to stick to the side. That's why I put them in last, because they get gloopy and start sticking if you put them first, and then it's hard to get them off the sides, even with the blender. There's carrots. So since I have this cheapy Chinese, I'm pretty sure it is, nutri-bullet 900 series, I would recommend the 900, probably not go with the Chinese fake knockoff one. Even though they sold it to me as it was a real one, but I'm pretty sure it's fake. But whatever, it was 79 bucks. Hey, it works. It's just there's some workarounds that, for instance, the lids get a little loose and start, if you don't watch them, can zip out and you get crap everywhere. So here's kind of my improvised blending session, because mine can't go for long periods of time. Potentially it will loosen and squirt everywhere. And then I keep checking it. It's still fine, but there we go. Yeah, it feels like it's loosening. No, not loosening. So I want to get it super blended so it releases all the extra yummy. See, it's loosening right now. You can see, there we go. So once it starts loosening, it actually then keeps always loosening for the session, because the seal is broken and now it's slippery. So we'll see. Maybe you'll get to see it squirt all over. Ooh, yep. Was a good run. And you can see all the husks and the flax and everything getting whittled down smaller and smaller. So it just blends everything great. And I'll probably go one more session. And then mine has a tendency to get hot too, so I don't want to end up torching it. I'm sure this is irrelevant to you guys, but that's the method to the madness of why I keep having to stop and twist and let it cool down. But oh, there we go. Yeah, we got some leakage. So you know what? Let's pause it, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to wash it down. Now I grabbed my other container that came with the deluxe set of my nutri-bullet. Now this is the one I think that comes standard with the 600, so you can see the size difference of the canisters. It's a little bit smaller. I think one's 28 and one's 32. I don't know. Anyway, so oh yeah, of course now it's friggin' on there. Hold on one second. I tightened the crap out of it and now it's not coming off, so hold on. Okay, got it open. There we go. Now everything's beautifully beautifully blended. So I'm gonna wash the sides a bit. Oh, that's hot. Oh, yeah, it is definitely hot. But as I said, it's a weird burn that comes in after, and it doesn't take away from the shake, how well it tastes. Like this doesn't have some weird green, you know, you gotta be some vegetarian person that loves your greens or whatever. This is actually tastes super good. You can't really taste any of the greens. Not that that's good or bad, it tastes really good. So what I do, after the blending session, I wash this one down. I don't go crazy. Just lightly wash because we're gonna reuse it again. Then, set it on the side. Take this one, put roughly half. You can see the shadows there. Anyway, this one actually has a little more than half, so a little more. Then, what I do, cover it, put it in the fridge right now, just the way it is. And then I have the same shake tomorrow. It stays fine, no weirdness, no funkiness, and ready to go. And then I don't have to go through this process. So if you even it out, you're only spending 15 minutes per day on your shake, except for it's all in one. So I just put 3 ice cubes, big chunk ice cubes in there. And then that brings up the level of the blend mix, 4, 5, 6. That may be too much, but then I push it in. And there we go. That brings from it down to a little over half where it was. It brings the contents up to about here. So then you can see, I don't know if you can see that. So that leaves us room for our soya milk. Put it in there. And then that lets it thin out a bit. And then even at that, I still put some water in it, so I don't go crazy on the soya or soy. And there we go. Now, what we're going to do is just kind of clear off the side, make sure it gets a good seal in, clear off this area again so the seal goes nice. Move that blade around so it sits in with the ice cubes and doesn't push them to make it overflow. Do a quick wash of the cup. Shaky shake, tighten it up, and then let's come over here. Okay. And quick dry down. Okay, and lightens up the color, you can see, thins it out substantially. Chops up the ice, that should be good enough. Makes it cold, so it's a shake. And there you have it. Here's the color, and here's the consistency. And I should have put more ice cubes actually. It's a little watery, but it's still super good. That's it.